everybody, before we start the video, I'd like to let y'all know I recently made a TikTok. It's called Paz Not Here, but the tag thingy is Paz Not Here 6. I'll link my account in the description if you want to go drop a follow and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, it's me, Paz Not Here. Today, I will be reviewing the 2023 variant of Johnny Blamer. I got this dude like last week and he arrived. It was the last one in stock on Amazon. So, Johnny Blamer just doesn't mean anything else in any other language. And thank God they're using this artwork instead of that other artwork. Because that other artwork's disgustingly gross. I love this artwork though. I just love the huge derp he provides. I just love the derp. I never knew he has yellow trims on his rims. I might try that one day, but I'm too scared to. Anyways, on the back, the other cards in the case are Greg Candyman, Misty Motorcrest, Krusty Rotor, Lizzie, Dexter, Hoover, and Fillmore. I don't have Greg nor Misty, but I do have Krusty. But still, Greg and Misty. I will find you. Anyways, let's get Johnny all out of the box. Man. So I have them all out of the box, but before we do anything else, I'm gonna grab all my other Winford models to compare them to. So, here are the other RPM models. I have out to compare them to. Winford, Dirksen, Manny, Davey, Billy, and Brush. Let's compare these guys all in numerical order. But first, actually, before we do that, let's compare them to the Cars 3 stock car, Tommy Highbanks. I don't have Herb Kerbler. I'm trying to get him in that accessory 2-pack at Walmart. So, Johnny has more of this, like, bluish, greenish color. But it's more green in person. It just looks like that because of the camera. But yeah, speaking of blue, Tommy sure does cut down on the blue. And he also severely cuts down on white. It does not mention the fact it's for four-wheel drive. It's decals for urban SUVs. Window bars are different colors. More use of yellow. But the rims are the same color. There's not really that much mud on Tommy. And Tommy does not have and Johnny doesn't have a grill. Well, Tommy does. Johnny's one of the few Cars 1 racers that don't have no grill. 54. And for some reason, it's like his eyes look so crooked. But apparently, Johnny was one of the final few Piston Cup racers to get a first release. And you might be wondering, Pat, why is Heavy Metal Lightning McQueen in the background? That's just for another video. Alright, let's compare. Let me get all the Johnny models in numerical order so it's easier to compare them. And even though Manny's not an RPM model, it's just because it's Mattel's fault. I don't even know why. So, comparing them off to Dirksen D'Agostino. They both Dirksen does have greens, but it's a brighter green. It doesn't use too much, so it's primarily black. That is the color. He has the same thing where his eyes look a little goofy. Where Johnny's are a little too far apart and Dirksen's are too close. I mean, this Dirksen's from 2022. This Billy's from 2020. I meant Johnny's from 2023. But I still really like Johnny. I just feel bad for him. He probably gave four-wheel drive such a bad reputation because he never finished a race. So it doesn't mean he probably got fired. I bet the owner of four-wheel drive was like, Tommy, you're fired. You've given four-wheel drive such a bad reputation. So we're replacing you with Tommy, and I bet Tommy probably did a lot better than Johnny. Okay, so there's really... So they both lack in a weird eye feeling with their eyes. Now comparing them to Brush Kerber. These two are both super overhated. They both have the same issue with their eyes. But Brush looks more scared, while Johnny looks more angry. Rims are the same. And they're actually next to each other in numerical order. They both have something similar in the back. Brush has wheat, while Johnny here has trees and mud. They both have two window bars. There seems to be some globs on Johnny for some reason. Then not really much else to compare Brush with. Now comparing him to, I'd say probably one of the more loved RPM molds. That being my boy Billy. So starting him off, yeah, Billy suffers from the same issue Dirksen has. Well, Billy has more accurate rims. Their backs are both unique. Billy also having the more like mad look, while Johnny still looks angry. Next up, the king of R/Pixar cars, Bradford Rutherford. Winford also has a more scary expression from because you see a bit of his eyelids underneath, like when Chick hit him. Overall, I'd say their mouths are the same shaping. They both have the back mainly try to have it more be one separate color, something similar like that, where they just try to make where the back's primarily one color. Another car that's also done for me. Yeah, with their backs, for some reason both their backs kind of remind me. Oh my god, Winford keeps. Jeez, why is the spoiler always good shit? So basically, Harvey Rockcap has something similar with the back, where it's primarily one other color. And then I'd say Winford also has the trim, but Johnny don't. Yeah, but let's get Jerry the Lego Tractors up Winford, Bradford, Rutherford out of here before he gets mad. And so that way all the Winford fans don't come over here and start loving Winford to death. Next up is the inaccurate RPM model, Manny Flywheel. Manny has a chip on his spoiler. So, I think they share the same expression. Because their eyes have the same issue. Just Johnny's look a little smaller. They both seem to have errors with their trims. Where Manny does not have a green trim, while Johnny doesn't even have his trims. Yeah, but honestly, Manny's one of the more blander racers. Doesn't do anything unlike Parker. Alright, now let's compare him to the last RPM model in my collection, Davey Ape. So sorry about that, I just had to clear storage off my phone. So anyways, like one of the more disliked RPM models in Davey here. Yeah, they both have the same wheels. Jesus, Davey, giant chip back here. I don't know when that happened. Alright, so comparing Johnny and Davey. They both have the same eye issues, same wheels. But geez, Davey's got a giant chip on the back that I never saw. I'm gonna have to fix that chip after the video. Anyways, let's take a look at Johnny. He's sponsored by four-wheel drive, dirt decals for urban SUVs, just like off-road. He does not have a grill. He's number 54. The contingency sponsors consists of piston cup, nitro oil, mood springs resulting, no stall vitaline, octane gain, gaskets, gas burn, easy idle, RPM, little torquey pistons, leakless, and clutch aid. So that's how I was able to tell through the mud. I've reviewed so many cars with racers. So overall, I really like the colors. This was made on the 4th. Thank you all for watching and goodbye.